Hey everybody, John Van Dyke here for New Jersey Exposed. Today is Saturday, June 4th, 2022. Time is 6:18 p.m. Jersey time. Okay, excuse me, I got an itch. All right, we got an update on a cop that's been sentenced, and I think I might have done a story on this when it came out. This is reported on NJ.com on May 27th, 2022. Jury convicts NJ cop who led group of rogue officers who robbed residents. Now, this cannot be possible. You know, these are all isolated incidents, people. I want you to keep an open mind. Isolated incident.
Is anything other than an isolated incident.
And no way reflects the hard work and dedication of all the good officers who don't say anything or do anything about the bad officers, okay? So here's the story right there. There's his face right there. Okay, so let's go read and find out what this fine, upstanding, well-trained professional has been up to. A jury in Newark, federal court found a Paterson police sergeant. Oh, Paterson. Well, Paterson's a big armpit. It's a big, stinky, I think it's a cross between an armpit and a butthole, okay? And Paterson's the same community, the same town that had that other jarhead who beat the crap out of that kid in the hallway. I did a story on that one. Jury in Newark federal court found a Paterson police sergeant who was accused of leading a group of cops who robbed residents guilty of participating in the conspiracy to illegally stop and steal from people throughout the city. Michael Cheff, that's C-H-E-F-F, was found guilty on charges conspiring to deprive an individual of civil rights under the color of law and falsifying a police report. He was arrested in 2020, so he's a liar and he's a thief. The conspiracy to violate civil rights charge carries a maximum penalty of 10 years in prison, though he'll never do it. The false records charge carries a maximum, this is one he really is getting in trouble for. The false records charge carries a maximum sentence of 20 years in prison. A sentencing date has not been set. Prosecutors accused Cheff of leading a group of 5 rogue officers: Matthew Torres, Jonathan Bustillo, Daniel Pent, Frank Toledo, and E-U-D-Y Ramos, who routinely illegally stopped, searched, and stole money from Paterson residents. All 5 of those cops previously pleaded guilty and testified in a trial against Cheff, their former boss. Wow. Boy, they threw him under the bus, didn't they? The officers accused Cheff of participating in stealing, but said he also approved their false reports, helped them log evidence to make it seem like they were doing legitimate police work, and ensured complaints against the officers went nowhere as they stole thousands of dollars from residents from 2016 to 2018. Cheff was their supervisor. He was command officer. Assistant U.S. Attorney Thomas Kearney said in a closing statement earlier this week, he was the common denominator. Well, he was the ringleader. Prosecutors honed in on a November 2017 incident to outline Cheff's involvement in the conspiracy. Multiple officers testified that Cheff took part in coercing a man to allow him to search his apartment with the intent to steal money. One aside, officers said they saw Cheff stuff cash into his pocket from a safe in the unit. The victim, Jose Sanchez Acevedo, testified during the trial that there was around $27 in the safe. When officers left, there was none, he said. Cheff got us for over a stack today. Bustillos texted the day of the incident. A stack refers to $1,000. The sergeant later split some of the money with the 2 other officers, authorities said, and approved an incident report that falsely stated only $319 was recovered. The report didn't mention a safe. He joined that conspiracy. Kearney said he was part of it. Cheff is the final person to be convicted in the sweeping corruption case that detailed how 5 officers under Cheff's leadership routinely illegally stopped and searched black and brown people throughout Paterson. Well, that's all that's in Paterson is brown and black people. There ain't no white people there. Well, there's a white people there the day I was there. Not that that's bad or anything. I'm just making light of things. Under Cheff's leadership, routinely stopped, searched black and brown people throughout Paterson, stole cash and other items from them before submitting false reports. Torres testified during the trial that they stopped the drivers in nice cars or searched those who hung out near bodegas or apartment complexes in the city. What was that we're all hoping to gain? As U.S. Attorney Thomas Kennedy, cash tourists responded. They preyed on civilian residents within the city of Paterson. He testified, we abuse our power to try and obtain cash. Torres said Chef made that possible. Chef was a direct supervisor for their patrol ship, but he was the one the group went to sign off on their bogus reports, Torres said. 2 days after the authorities said Chef stole the money, Toledo texted Bustillo about the group. Everything we do is illegal, he wrote. During his closing argument, Carney asked the jury who was the center of the conspiracy. I submitted it was Michael Chef, he said. The jury agreed. They delivered the verdict after more than 10 hours of deliberation. The jury worked very hard to reach their verdict and it has to be respected, said John Lynch, blah, 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 blah. Chef's defense hinged on challenging the credibility of the officer who testified against him. Lynch told the jury they shouldn't believe because of their despicable prior criminal actions and cooperation agreements. Chef, you can put a suit on a thug and he's still a thug, Lynch said. You can put a suit on a liar, he's still a liar. The testimony cannot be believed. Chef chose not to take the stand during the trial. He's been with the department since 1996. He had been suspended with pay. Pending the outcome of the criminal case, his status with the department is currently unclear. So I say you did this while you were on the job. You got paid to be suspended. You were found guilty. You should be able to have to pay all that money back to the taxpayers. So you got a sergeant found guilty. He's going to jail, stealing money from people. He dragged other officers into it. And for what? You know, I don't care. You steal $1,000. You steal $5,000, and you're making, I don't know what he's making. So let's say he's making 100. It's Paterson. He's probably not making a whole lot of money. So let's just say he's making $100,000 a year, and you go and you steal some money from people, and then eventually get caught because, you know, at some point people are going to start complaining, and then the Internal Affairs Unit is going to start seeing a pattern here of certain names coming up all the time, and a pattern of what the crime is. So you're going to go steal this money, and you're going to lose a six-figure job over that and a pension. And he's been on a job since 1996. So how many years is that? That's 14. Add another 10 onto that. So, you know, this guy was close to retirement, if not already there. And he jeopardized all that, and now you're going to go to prison. Is it worth it, people? This is why he should be charged with stupidness, because this is just pure stupidity. And this is what's running around with a badge and a gun and operating a car and protecting us, right? This is what you want out there? Well, that's what you got. Another isolated incident, people. That's right. Another well-trained professional. Hero. Remember that, people? Absolute heroes. They're all heroes. That's what the cop apologists, bootlickers, blue ball gobblers all tell me, that they're heroes, and I should be thankful for them. They're outside my house protecting me, and I'm a cop hater because I talk about these things, and how dare I should ever call 911. Yeah, I call 911. I might get this guy showing up my door. You never know. But this is what I hear all the time. I'm not supposed to talk about these bad cops, but I'll continue talking about them, and they'll continue their rhetoric, and maybe, hopefully, someday we will rid the system of bad cops. However, I don't think that's going to happen in my lifetime, because until these cops have consequences and the bootlickers, the lily white cop apologists out there start realizing that they're not all good, they're not here to protect us, they're here to enforce laws and protect the government and generate revenue for the government. Those are the three things that they do. Everything else is just extra that they're doing. They're not protecting anybody. And as I was telling Randy Thompson earlier today when we were doing a video, I said, you know, I'm going to be 62 years old next week. And all the times I ever needed a cop, I never had a cop come there and rescue me. When the cops showed up, there was always a phone call involved. So the crime took place, then there was a phone call, and then the cops showed up. He took a report, he patted me on the back and said, well, we'll see what we can do for you, and that was the end of that, right? That's the scenario all the time. You call them, they show up, they take a report, and now with Facebook, back when I was younger, I didn't have Facebook, so that was the end of it. Once they took the report, they'd wave goodbye to you and they'd see you later. Now, they take the report, they pat you on the back, they say, gee, we're really sorry, we'll see what we can do for you, and then they go on Facebook and they ask for the public to help them do their job. So, that's how they protect these people, which is not protecting, all right? Put the link in the description. Go read the whole story yourself if you want. Let me know what you think in the comment section. More heroes, people. More isolated incidents.